0809 or on our Twitter handle at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981. All right, so today on the show, oh, by the way, you can follow Tega Supreme as well.
Yeah.
Today on the show, 9-time champions, Super Falcons of Nigeria, will face arch rivals, Black Queens of Ghana, in the first round of qualifiers for the 2022 African Women Cup of Nations. Aside Morocco, who have qualified as hosts, the draw saw a record 44 member associations who will be participating in the qualifying series. The tournament will be the first edition organized under the format of 12 teams.
Okay, so CAF did the draws on Monday for the upcoming African Women's Cup of Nations. And so here's the thing. Ideally, they should have a pot of seeded teams and then the other draws. But now they changed the format, so there are two match windows. The one that is taking place in June and the one that is taking place in October. And so the first qualifiers, the teams is a knockout qualifier. So the teams will knock each other out, and then those teams that proceed will now face each other in the next qualifiers in October, and also knock each other out, and then the finals will join Morocco at the tournament. So from inside information, some CAF sources said they were trying to help smaller teams come into the women championship, and so they did this draw like this. So Nigeria ideally shouldn't have been facing Ghana in a qualifier at this stage, but according to these CAF sources, which is I don't understand why they did this. They said they wanted smaller teams to be able to make the cup tournament, so they just pit teams against each other. And I was like, so what do you want to happen in your main draw? Because you want to sell your tournament, and people want to see your best teams at the competition. What you're saying now is that either one of Nigeria or Ghana will not make it from the next qualifier because one team must be knocked out. And then when they finish, I think they're facing is it Cameroon versus somebody else? So again, either one of Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon will not make it to your main tournament. How do you take out your three of your biggest teams from the main draw? There's a reason why they seed teams, so that I mean, if there's an upset halfway, yes, there's an upset. But the reason they seed these teams for the qualifiers is so that they have, during the main tournament, you see your big teams, and it's a showpiece for your competition. So I don't understand why these draws were done this way. But I say this: Super Falcons, if you can't beat Ghana and Cameroon, then I don't think you have any business playing to be Africa. Yes,
we are the Super Falcons.
So we are the Super Falcons. We are the most successful team in Africa. Beat everybody you need to beat. Let the rest worry about their seeding. Just beat them and qualify. That's all we need.
Qualify. Fantastic. And let's move away from football, female football, to some tennis. World number one Novak Djokovic overcame a strange, lengthy rain delay to beat American Taylor Fritz 6-3, 7-6, 7-5 to reach the third round of the Italian Open on Tuesday. According to the Serb, he said it was a really strange match to play in the rain. It was difficult. It possibly helped me because the play was slower and he has a good serve. He played really well. In these circumstances, you don't know how much time he will go on for. If you have to eat, rest or not, you have to do what feels best for you.
Exactly. So the rains came down very heavily yesterday in Italy.
I'm looking at
looking at the start of the match. The rains haven't yet come. And so they had to take a break. At first they were still trying because they didn't think the rain was going to be heavy, and then they had to take that break. But I've always said this: when Novak Djokovic has time to think, it's over for you. Rain delays always work in favor of Novak Djokovic.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have great momentum like Taylor Fritz had in the second set. You don't want to have great momentum like that, and then there's a rain delay. Djokovic is winning. He's had time to meditate. He's had time to think it through, and then he's back on court to end it. So he's right. The rain delay did help him, but I still think on a normal day, Djokovic should have taken on Taylor Fritz. Yes, these young cats really have come into this tournament with momentum, no fear. Everybody's, I mean, since the pandemic, everybody's playing each game as it's come. Nobody's looking at your ranking. But on a normal day, Djokovic should have been able to take out Fritz. Yes, it took 3 sets, but yeah. So
All right.
let's again. I want to see how Djokovic is preparing for the French Open because he didn't do well in Madrid last week, and this is his second opportunity. And maybe because he didn't last long there, he has more stamina or remaining energy than all the other people in the draw. So I want to see how he does this week, and then we can determine how the French Open is going to go. Because that French Open is looking very interesting.
Very interesting.
It's poised to see a new winner.
Let's
but who
hope that
knows?
the pandemic would not spring up surprises and
You
prevent
know?
anything happening. All right, let's go on to some football, shall we? Coman expects questions on Barca future after Levante collapse. Barcelona coach Ronald Koeman said he expected his future at the club to be debated after a horrendous second half display. Saw his side slide to a 3-3 draw at Levante on Tuesday, which severely dented their hopes of winning the Spanish title. The Dutchman told reporters, coaches are always being scrutinized, but after a second half like that, I'll understand if there are questions about me. We're very disappointed and asking ourselves what happened to in the second half, but we have to move on and try to prepare for next season.
I will say this though, the problem didn't start in the second half. It showed very well in second half.
Mm-hmm.
But from the start of the first half, you could see Levante press. But Barcelona were fortunate; they got 2 goals. One by Messi, which was his first touch I saw in the first half, and that first touch came in the 24th minute. So you can imagine how poor he had been before then. And then the second goal was by Pedri. So in as much Barcelona had a slow start to the game, but they scored 2 goals in the first half, so nobody really analyzed how their first half went because it was Levante building up to the 20th minute, Barcelona dominating for 10, and Levante and Barcelona trading the last few minutes of the first half. But because Barcelona was leading by 2 goals to nil, they're like, it was not a bad first half. It wasn't a good first half either. But second half was really what changed it. Sorry, 3 minutes in second half because the first goal for Levante came in the 57th minute and the second goal came in the 60th minute to equalize the game. So it was 3 minutes in the second half that Barcelona lost it. And it was a horrible performance. Like I said, Messi hadn't been playing well in the first half, but he got a goal. And then in the second half, Barcelona started looked like they were going to change. They were going to push their momentum. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. Messi lost the ball. Levante got a goal, and then Coman made a substitution because one of his defenders was injured. And for the life of me, I keep wondering if you're replacing a defender in such a game where you were under pressure, wouldn't you replace him with a natural defender? Titi is there. Why not play him a lot more? Coman said no. He decided to play Sergio Roberto. And so when Messi lost the ball, Sergio Roberto couldn't defend well. He hadn't set up his position well. He hadn't taken the position well. Levante got the goal. And so Coman, yes, his substitutions were questionable because again he substituted Dest and brought him into the game, and it was Dest's mistake that gave them the equalizer at the end of the day. So Coman he was questionable before, but their form wasn't a horrendous. It wasn't a horrendous second half. It was a poor game in the entirety of it. So I would say this for Levante, a good one. They were always going to be a tough fixture for Barcelona, which is why I thought that the players will come in with a little more urgency and Ronald Koeman will take this a little more seriously. And for the fact that for the third time in a row, Barcelona had the opportunity to go to the top of the La Liga and then put the pressure back on Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and you drop the ball. It's almost as if, but look, I can categorically tell you, Barcelona does not want to win.
They don't want to win it. They
don't want to win it because they've had chances. Yeah. They had to beat Atletico. They had to beat Granada first to go top of the table. They lost that game. They had the opportunity to play against Atletico Madrid, who are at the top of the table. If you beat them, then it's advantage Barcelona. They didn't do that, and then they have this opportunity against Levante. Come on. How many more chances do they have to give you? So they really don't want the La Liga title, and of course he'll be questioned when it comes to this. But at the end of the day, it's back to Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, who seem to be the ones with the upper hand. Atletico Madrid faces Real Sociedad today, and I think that's the toughest of their last few fixtures. And so if they win that, it's most likely that they are going to win the La Liga. So I guess I can say, let me not say congratulations to them because I said congratulations to them at the start of the season. And here we are now in a 3-horse race. Sorry, now it's a 2-horse race.
2-horse race, please. Barcelona, obviously, they don't want it.
They don't want it.
All right, so Guardiola hails Man City at a hardest title triumph. Manager Pep Guardiola hailed relentless Manchester City after they clinched the hardest of his 3 Premier League titles on Tuesday, sparking wild celebrations among supporters who had gathered outside the Etihad Stadium. City were handed the title when arch rivals and nearest challengers Manchester United lost 2-1 at home to Leicester, leaving Guardiola's side 10 points clear with 3 games remaining. This has been a season and a Premier League title like no other. This was the hardest one, said Guardiola, after City became English champions for the 7th time. 5 titles coming in the past 9 years. Oh, congratulations, City!
Yeah, congratulations, City.
A foretaste for the UCL.
I don't want to speak on that. But congratulations to City. They didn't kick a ball, they won the league. I don't know whether it tasted sweeter in their mouth that it was that their City rivals, Manchester United, losing to give them the title.
And then they lost to was it Leicester?
Yeah. So that's okay. Yes, in as much as the fact it's a fact that Leicester hasn't defeated Manchester at Old Trafford
and Man U have been on good good form in the past.
But I would say this: I wasn't surprised. I was expectant that Leicester will turn up something. That's what makes the Premier League interesting because of the position Leicester has in the league. Even if they did lose their last game to Newcastle, I expected that they would turn up for this one and show them flex some muscle and try to get a result. So for me, the result wasn't surprising, but I think that the taste was a little bitter in Manchester United's mouth because they had to lose for Man City to win. So I don't know if it was better for Man City that they lost against Chelsea because now they've forgotten about that. We lost against Chelsea when we could have won the league, but for Man U, your City rivals, to lose and give you the cup. So think about it. So heads of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer were down yesterday, and then on the other side of the town there was
Man City in the same city. I hope they didn't fight.
No, they didn't fight. But it just showed the hard work that Manchester City had put in all through the season. So they had to work so hard earlier in the season, so at the end of the day they have to rest, which is something you should do too. Work hard now, because when you are 50 there is no energy. Even when your mind wants to work, your body wants to rest. So they put in the work. They did not what they needed to do. There were games they had to grind out results. Imagine a Manchester City that will go out with full attack, being the aggressor, being the one looking for goals. There were games that they had to sit deep and defend just to get that 1 point, those 3 points with just one goal, and win the title. And now it has paid off at the end of the day. 3 games to go, and they are already champions. So no pressure on them.
They just put their second team.
They are just going to focus on May 29th. That's their this. It's May 29th.
No, I really, my heart, I just want Man City to win the UCL. Chelsea fans, sorry, but I really want them to win it. All right, I don't support either one of them, but I just.
You really want Man City to win?
Yeah.
Chelsea fans, you know her number. Paul.
Cruz says, good morning, ladies. As much as it pained me that Barca wasted that game yesterday, I now want Atletico to really clinch that title. Ronson says, Tega, Barca doesn't deserve to win the league. I don't know if it was repeated on purpose. Can you imagine that they didn't win a single match against the top 4 sides? Who does that? And then Shay says, Ayaba Oni Tega Wekobiro, Professor Tega, please, when is the next LIS convention? Tega, Chelsea will win FA Cup and Champions League by May 30th. Tega, you'll be owing me a sumptuous starch and owo soup that has network. You served it to me at a foreign roundabout. I may not understand. Congrats to Man City.
So first of all, we travel to Ori to serve you this starch and owo soup. That who will cook it first?
You know, that's the special. That's the whole point. And owo soup is really that name in Yoruba, money soup.
I will now go and cook this soup, then travel to everyone to deliver it. Better go and look for where you eat this soup if you want to eat it. I'm allergic to manual labor.
I love it. And with that quotable quote from Tega, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the show. And the Chelsea people have started. You will know it's Man City.
Your please shift. It's so cold.
It's
How
freezing.
many minutes of ads do we have?
Gosh, no, just 2
Don't
minutes.
pause it all.
2 minutes. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?